allows our development class to get away, and we've got Ian Young and Andy McLaughlin. There was a interesting situation yesterday where those guys as level B riders were in amongst the faster of the super sport guys, and it was asked by some of the riders if they could actually go into the front of another class where they can bolt away from the pack. And these guys, I'm sure, actually will get some more self-satisfaction out of the fact that they can be at the front of a slower field rather than the back of them. And it was realised it needs to be based around their lap times, so they were put in amongst a field of other riders that was similar by time. So there you got Ian Young and Andy McLaughlin out there with Chris Suckler, Paul Skinner and Phil Denneman. And morning to Spider Stables joining us here for our race commentary today. Spider, similar weather to yesterday, but also luckily a similar forecast that this early morning cloud expected to break and the sun to come out. We were actually treated to a reasonable day yesterday, and looking for another good one today. Only a 20% chance of rain here in Southland, New Zealand, so it's got to be a positive day for racing.
Yeah, well, it's a great day. I dawdled in town and sort of got my stuff sorted out at my motel, wandered out here for a big 10 o'clock start, and the first race is already on. How often do you see that at motorcycle racing? Usually there's a delay, and they actually start at the head of time. So we got here halfway through run race, but there was a light bit of drizzle on the way coming out here, just in a few k's from Invercargill to here. Just a bit of spitting. Certainly the air temperature's not warm, but it's not cool. It's not cool enough to wear a jersey at the moment. It's still t-shirt material, so any precipitation in the early parts of today I'm sure won't make any difference at all. And Neil mentioned these two Super Sport B riders getting out there and getting in front of this field and having their own little bit of a race. The good thing about this is they'll be able to sit on the banks and watch their heroes, the actual Super Sport boys, and see how it's done. So they're getting almost a double race for what they're doing at the moment. They're getting out there out of any bit trouble, and also get a chance to have a look at what the other guys are doing as well. So great initiative by the Southland Motorcycle Club. And out of the track there, development class, and pretty full class. We've got Ian. How do you say that name? Sorry, it's E-A-N.
It's Ian.
It is an Ian.
It's the Super Sport guys, the first two.
Oh yeah, okay then. So we got Andrew McLaughlin as well, they're listed as development class, but it is indeed Ian Young and as the first bike through there, and there was another bike that's not listed, but we're expecting the first of the development class coming through, and that'll be Andrew McLaughlin, number 33, and got a bit of a lead so far. There was a bit of a dice going on yesterday, and it's not all over. There's a few laps left to go. We've got longer races pretty much in both the classes today. It's certainly the second race, but just a 5-lap race here for the development class, and not much time if you get a bit of a break. In fact, the gap between first and second on the track between the development riders is just over a second, and there is a chance to reel it back in. Yesterday these guys were dicing, and it was all about slipstreaming. So Andrew McLaughlin and Chris Sutcliffe out there, followed by Damien Perriton. In fact, I didn't know Damien was even going to ride this weekend, so Damien's picked up some leathers and out there having a ride. Yeah, I can recognise those leathers out there in third place. So Damien Perriton, and has his two sons, Connor and Bailey Perriton, riding in other classes. Connor riding in the 250 production class, and Bailey is out there in the Pro Twin class as well. So 3 out of that family running. Jacob Pearce is out there, but and followed by Paul Skinner, Jack Condon, Phil Denovan, Tiriana Banks in 9th place, and Vanessa Woodley-Gill in 10th place. So 2 young ladies, Tiriana and Vanessa, in 9th and 10th, Neil Ritchie.
And in fact, when we take that into consideration, Spider, the first 2 are our Super Stock B boys that are just getting a ride here in amongst the others, and I think that's probably going to mean that those other riders actually pick up placing. So Chris Sackler really is in first place, Damien Perriton second from Jacob Pearce, Jack Condon. Remembering Jacob and young Jack, they were serious contenders for our GP in Christchurch at Ruapuna last week, so great endeavours by them out there. Big meeting, of course, here next week with the car fraternity. It seems to have followed us this year. Sometimes it's been ahead of us, as the big event this weekend is in Ruapuna, which is where we were last week. So motorcycling always on the back foot, following on from the car events and just jostling with them. So when we go to set our agenda of travel, the way it's worked out this year is in fact going from Christchurch down to Invercargill and then back to Timaru, and some people saying, oh, it was good to actually work your way down the country, but the North Islanders actually say this is the best because they get to finish next week at Timaru, which is 5 or 6 hours north of Invercargill, so it means they've got less of a trip to do to get back to the North Island after their big 3-week sojourn down here to this beautiful part of paradise, and enjoy 3 consecutive weekends of great quality road racing.
White flag out there, so we do have the final lap. It is Andrew McLaughlin on the number 33 bike in the lead. Well, the number 33, there it is, the 33 bike going through there. So we've got some confusion there. 86 is going first through there. That's definitely a smaller bike, isn't it, Neil? He's listed here. He raced last weekend. Bit of confusion here in the commentary box, but he raced last weekend under number 33 and out there on the track, and it is definitely number 33. I think one of those Supersport riders is not wearing a transponder out the front, possibly. So, yeah, having a look out on the track, I can clearly see the number 33, and also we've got him going through the start-finish line and registering on the laptop on the My Lap monitor. So it is Andrew McLaughlin, followed by Chris Sutcliffe, that was on the last lap, Damien Perriton, Jacob Pearce, Jack Condon, Paul Skinner, Phil Denovan, Tiriana Banks, Vanessa Woodley-Gill, Stephen Winteringham, local man, Ben Wilson, Mark Robertson, the letter M, Francie Winteringham, Graham Morgan, Luke Huddleston, and Michael Wilson. That's the 17 listed on the screen. Don't forget, people around the countryside, you can go onto Ctas live timing. And if you're around the track here and you've got some people at home you might want to watch this, give them a text, flick them a text and tell them they can go to the Ctas live timing and watch this. There we go, checkered flag out there for number 33. Number 33 followed by 86. And you can go there, and you can also, there is an option to go onto Ctas live, and we've got a chat line there. So if you've got any information and all that, and we were asking a couple of questions in terms of lap records yesterday. The lap records the lap records we